What's up, Toxie fam? Get ready for a whirlwind of wrestling news, shockers, and Emmys drama. We're diving headfirst into the biggest stories you need to know, so buckle up. First, the Emmys are facing backlash for who they left out of their In Memoriam segment, and Hulk Hogan's ex-wife is speaking out. Then, we're going back in time to uncover what might be the worst wrestling storyline ever created, and trust us, it involves a movie tie-in that went horribly wrong. You'll never guess who was involved. And that's not all. We've got a deep dive into why Dan Spivey, the man behind Waylon Mercy, claims Vince McMahon himself fired him from WWE. Was it about looking too much like a certain Hall of Famer? You won't want to miss a single second of this. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. The Emmys In Memoriam segment sparks outrage. This year's Emmy Awards broadcast has ignited a firestorm of controversy following its annual In Memoriam tribute, with accusations flying that the ceremony snubbed several notable figures. While the segment honored stars like Maggie Smith and Ozzy Osbourne, glaring omissions have left families and fans demanding answers. Notably absent were wrestling legend Hulk Hogan and actor Todd, whose passing has been met with public grief and industry recognition elsewhere. Hulk Hogan's ex-wife, Linda Hogan, has directly addressed the perceived snub, suggesting that the Emmys may have deliberately excluded the wrestling icon due to his recent political affiliations. She pointed to his significant impact on WWF ratings during his career and questioned the decision, hinting that his conservative political stance might have played a role. Similarly, Fatima Cortez Todd, widow of Todd, expressed her disappointment, stating that while not entirely surprised, she felt her husband, known for his extensive TV credits, deserved more industry recognition. The Television Academy's Digital In Memoriam list does include Hulk Hogan, Todd, Jonathan Joss, Terrence Stamp, Jerry Adler, and Danielle Spencer. But their omission from the televised segment has fueled public debate and calls for greater inclusivity in future tributes. Don't go anywhere. We're about to break down the most disastrous wrestling feud of all time. Next up, we're unearthing a wrestling storyline so bad, it's legendary for all the wrong reasons. The wrestling storyline that time forgot, and maybe for good reason. In the annals of professional wrestling, some storylines become legendary for their brilliance, while others are remembered for their sheer awfulness. In 1989, a year brimming with iconic rivalries and groundbreaking moments like Ric Flair vs. Terry Funk and the Great Muta vs. Sting, one particular feud stands out as a colossal misstep: Hulk Hogan's involvement with Zeus. This non-wrestler, portrayed by actor Tiny Lister, was a direct product of Vince McMahon's attempt to capitalize on the poorly received film No Holds Barred, starring Hogan himself. The movie's failure was so profound that even Hogan, notoriously resistant to unflattering reality, never seriously claimed Oscar buzz for it. The storyline saw Zeus invade WWE, claiming he deserved top billing over Hogan, leading to a tag team match at SummerSlam involving Hogan, Brutus Beefcake, Zeus, and Randy Savage. Despite the presence of established stars, the feud was widely panned as naff, and the stench of No Holds Barred is often cited as the beginning of a creative downturn for WWE, which had arguably peaked creatively just prior at WrestleMania V. But the drama doesn't stop there. We've got bombshells about why Dan Spivey claims Vince McMahon fired him. Stick around as we uncover the real reason behind Dan Spivey's WWE exit. Emmy's snub sparks outrage. Linda Hogan speaks out. Linda Hogan, the former wife of WWE legend Hulk Hogan, has publicly criticized the Television Academy for omitting her ex-husband from the In Memoriam segment during the recent Emmy Awards. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Linda expressed her belief that Hulk Hogan's exclusion was a deliberate act, potentially linked to his outspoken conservative political views. "I can't prove that," she stated. "It's just a guess, but they should have named him." She emphasized Hulk Hogan's significant contribution to NBC's ratings during his wrestling career, highlighting his status as a top draw. Linda further speculated that his treatment during a recent WWE appearance in Los Angeles, where he was met with boos, might have influenced the Academy's decision. The Emmys' televised tribute notably left out other figures such as Jonathan Joss, Terrence Stamp, Danielle Spencer, and Jerry Adler. However, all these individuals, including Hulk Hogan and Tony Todd, are recognized on the Television Academy's official website. Linda Hogan pointed to Hulk Hogan's speech at the 2024 Republican National Convention as a potential turning point, especially given Donald Trump's subsequent public statement after Hogan's passing. Up next, we're digging into a wild claim about Dan Spivey's WWE departure. Prepare for a shocking revelation about why Dan Spivey says Vince McMahon let him go. Dan Spivey, fired by Vince McMahon for looking like Hulk Hogan. In a candid interview on Wrestling Epicenter, former WWE superstar Dan Spivey, known for his Waylon Mercy persona, has revealed a surprising reason for his departure from the company. Spivey claims that Vince McMahon personally fired him because he looked too much like Hulk Hogan. Spivey, who had a career that spanned WWE, WCW, and All Japan Pro Wrestling, adopted a look with long blonde hair, yellow trunks, and yellow boots, which he now admits was a mistake. "That was really one of the stupidest things I did, though," Spivey confessed. "I wish I had never did it." He explained that at the time, nobody in WWE seemed to have an issue with his resemblance to Hogan, but eventually it caught up to him. "Vince McMahon called me one day after a lot of other things happened and he said, 'I don't need two Hulk Hogans,' and he let me go." Spivey also touched on his career, including his time as part of the U.S. Express, his tag team with Sid Vicious, and his thoughts on the Waylon Mercy character, which he co-created with McMahon and was later a clear inspiration for Bray Wyatt's character. Spivey is also set to release his autobiography detailing his struggles with addiction. Stay tuned for our lightning round recap and full call to action. Don't miss our quick rundown of all the top stories and our complete call to action. And that's a wrap on today's show. We saw the Emmys facing heat for In Memoriam snubs, uncovered wrestling's worst storyline from 1989, and heard Dan Spivey's shocking reason for being fired by Vince McMahon. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Toxie for more breaking news and deep dives, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow us on all social media platforms for behind-the-scenes content and more. We'll see you in the next one.